Innistrad Midnight Hunt is approaching, and you can become a part of the pack. All pre-orders for Innistrad Midnight Hunt products will come with an all-new exclusive CovertGoBlue Wolf token. Every single sealed product, commander deck, bundle, everything that's coming with the new set gets upgraded with a CGB token for free. Get your pre-orders in and join the Midnight Hunt. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena we're going to again answer the question on everybody's mind. Is it still good? Is it tier 1? Is it? No, not is it, not blue-red. We're going to take the question to Orzhov. How do we do this with Orzhov? Orzhov tier 1? Sounds like maybe a European thing. I don't know, something with an accent. Would Canadians say it? I don't know. Blood money. Black, white, blood on the snow, treasure control. Still tier 1? I think that when it was introduced several months ago, that video that I got to make, it was so much fun. Kind of became my baby to play and tune the deck. I think a lot of people agreed. It was a serious control deck for the standard 2022 meta. As time has gone on, a lot has changed, and I'm trying to adapt to those changes. The meta definitely in the beginning was very, very, very aggressive, with mono white and mono green being your most prominent decks. And as time went on, Simic Ramp became more of a thing. Thank you, Arjuna, podcast co-host. Appreciate that. And other big decks just go over the top. I've seen more teach by example Alrund's Epiphany than I can count. And things of that nature have just become much more prevalent. And as those things become more popular, the Blood Money deck, I think, becomes weaker, as it is very vulnerable to ramp. Multiple Alrund's Epiphanies and a lot of games, but they're very nasty to this deck as minimal counterplay to it. So, on that note, how does this stay tier 1? And well, a certain unbanning may have just pushed it right back into that limelight. It's Book of Exalted Deeds. The Book of Exalted Deeds was banned like 3 days into the format because of its combination with Faceless Haven. Because Faceless Haven is all creature types, you can put the book counter on the Faceless Haven, giving yourself a you can't lose the game and your opponents can't win the game land that most decks can't remove. And Book got banned. But when the latest patch update thing happened on August 24th, Book was unbanned magically, and they've never even banned it again. It doesn't even appear banned right now. You see that? They grayed it out during some of the updates, but you could still play it. And now it's just, they didn't announce it. There's no announcement saying it's unbanned or we're not going to ban it. It's just sitting here, unbanned. Okay then. So if we can play it, we should. But how much do you really need to devote to Book of Exalted Deeds to make it good? It turns out, from my experience, you just need 2 Search for Glories to go get it when you need it, and 1 book. Because that way, at almost any given moment with the right amount of mana or sequences, or just one of these cards in your hand or on the battlefield, like, you can just go get Book and win. So it's kind of been eye-opening to see that I only need the Faceless Haven in the mana base, the book, and the 2 searches in the deck, and then the rest of the deck I can brew in a different way. And I decided to go with, like, there's some interesting choices here. I don't have Professor of some blah, blah, blah. Maybe that's a mistake, but I went with Hunt for Specimens because the pest just gaining a life. I just found I was often just trying to either, 1, gain 1 more life, after sacrificing it to Deadly Dispute and then cast Sciences. I could make an Angel with Book of Exalted Deeds. You can't do that nonsense with the Professor of some blah, blah, blah. Or I just needed 1 more life to get to where I could book, because now we're a combo deck. We're combo deck now, guys. So I'm going with Hunt for Specimens instead of Professor. I do have 1 Power Word Kill to have another cheap piece of interaction, because I found I just wanted a 5th Vanishing Verse, and Power Word Kill does hit a good amount of things. We cut Elite Spellbinder, which was the main, like, it was like the crux of the deck back then. And now I think that people know what to do with Elite Spellbinder. You just play a longer game and eventually you have the mana, and ramp is more prevalent in the format. Longer games are more common. So I think Elite Spellbinder actually fell way off. So I cut it from the deck for the book combo instead. And cutting that meant I didn't really need 4 Kayas. I don't have as many creatures as I used to have in the deck. So I went to 2 Kaya, 2 Lulth to diversify the Planeswalker threat, because Lulth is better in some situations, Kaya is better in others. We also don't have as many creatures for Kaya to put her Ghost Form counter on. And then we also have a Professor Onyx because we can tutor up with Search for Glory. And we've got, of course, the Blood in the Snow. So I think I've talked a good deal. Now that I have Hunt for Specimens, I'm more likely to use Necrotic Fumes because exiling the Pest, basically 5 mana, exile target creature or planeswalker, is pretty good. And I've got a Pest Summoning because sometimes you just need a cheap way to make 2 creatures. I still have a Horde of Mascot Exhibitions because if I get into the late game against aggro or mid-range, I just want to cast Mascot Exhibition every turn for a few turns until they die. But there's a lot more sweepers and cards like Cyclone Summoner in the format, so Mascot Exhibition isn't the auto fetch or the auto win it used to be, but it still can be used pretty well. All right, I think I've introduced enough about the deck. I do want to do a member dedication. I haven't done this in a while, got out of the habit. Apologies to anybody who expected them. They're not a guaranteed part of membership benefits. The benefits are that you get sweet emotes in chat, and you also get Twitch VODs posted for you on YouTube for members only. But every now, I do like to pay homage, say thank you. So Nathaniel Lang, thank you very much for becoming a YouTube member yesterday. Let's see if there's a sweet cosmetic to dedicate to you. Oh, there is. Band card and all. Let's go. This one's for you. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. Blue control. Great. Just what we didn't want to play. All right, let's try it out. This hand does mostly nothing. Now, we want to be trying to control creature decks. And when we do it, we also have to draw Blood in the Snow. This is doing none of those things, but it is what it is. All right. Brazilian blue control. Okay. Let me guess. It'll only be like the 90th time I've fought the dragon. The Goldspan dragon. That's not blue control, it's tempo. It's tempo, guys. Well, unsummon. Okay. That's a play you can make. They won't have the dragon next turn. Unless they Magma Opus here. Let's go for this again, I think. I think going for Lulth will get countered. I think the opponent does plan to use counter magic here. Kind of weird to see them so aggressive over the Skullport Merchant. They either have a ton of counters and they don't feel like they'll miss one, or they just, I don't know, overvalue that card by a good amount. Tough spot. Part of me says go for Lulth. Here's the thing, if they counter Lulth and then play a dragon, we needed to get rid of the counter anyway, or they're just going to protect the dragon. It does suck that we're missing the land, though. Resolves. Well, now we got the Reachers. Let's see if the opponent came prepared with Cinderclasm. They did. Okay, I'm not having a good day.
My will cannot be denied.
My luck ain't there so far. Land Dragon? No dragon. That's weird. They tried to counter the last time I did this. We could also dig up a land. A Faceless Haven, perhaps? Let's make the spiders. We know we want those, although another Cinderclasm might be in the cards. Maybe I just want another colored land. What's this leave? Leaves me wanting a swamp. Now let's go for the merchant. They countered the last one, but I don't think they want to do that again. I don't think they want to counter this. And if we get the treasure, it helps out a lot with our mana issues. Sure.
I will.
double Cinderclasm. All runs Epiphany. Opponent now, no dragons. No dragons yet. Weird. I thought they always drew that. I thought it was scripted. I thought it was written in the stars.
You've guaranteed an early death.
Kaya. Are we going to draw some land here? Let's find out. No, we will not.
You know the knowledge you seek.
The heck is going on? All right, let's see if we can do it this way. Opponent got a negate for this. Got plenty of other things they should be thinking about negating, though. Hey! Well, I'm glad we didn't fetch a Faceless Haven earlier. Kaya eats up all the treasure. The treasures can cast the Vanishing Verse. Let's try for the Search for Glory. But what are we fetching? Actually, I don't like that either. The birds are going to eat this Lulth. It's the way it is. We didn't draw any more Shambling Gas or Eye Twitches to defend it. Just the way it goes. This is where they're supposed to play Behold the Multiverse. Some kind of refuel. But they're just chilling. Must be Dragon's Fire, but I think they would have used that on Lulth. So what could their hand be? They'd missed a land drop. So they just drew this. They didn't foretell another Epiphany, so it's not that. It could be another Cinderclasm? I don't know, man. Another Unsummon? Those make some sense, or something I'm just not expecting at all. Let's keep our treasures. We're doing just fine right now. It could be holding Prismari Command because they expect a Book of Exalted Deeds. That would be a little strange, but doable. So I think we put this on the stack. See if they counter it. They could be holding multiple counter spells, but I don't think they had one the turn before. Okay, divide. Sure. Teachings. Ugh. Punished for having sweet cards in my hand. What a disaster. Alright, if they don't draw a land, then they can't Teachings for 3. They draw the land. So of course they Teachings for 3. We could Vanishing Verse in response to stop it. I don't think it's worth it. Card is pretty premium in the matchup. I'm guessing Dragon's Fire would catch a Faceless Haven, so it's probably not worth it. How do we get them committed? I guess we can keep playing this. They will probably keep dividing it by 0. We've got to get through them somehow. Same with the counters. It's like, okay, you got me. They could power up the hall here, but it uses so much of their mana that maybe we can book them. Yeah, they're not going for it. Maybe now they'll go for it? Good old All Runs Epiphany, the classic rival. Okay, they're leaving up 2 mana. You done? Tapped land. Okay. So, white, white, white. What do we need? 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See if they counter this. Greedy player might. Allowed to resolve. Powers this up. Yep. Doesn't beat a Dragon's Fire, though. They've got Dragon's Fire, don't they? Yeah, this is probably not the best play I've ever tried to make, but let's see what they do. They're really thinking about it, which makes me wonder if they have it. Okay, they go for Jawari. Wait, we can pay 1, right? And then we can still activate and do it? They didn't have it, or they didn't realize they could play around it. I pay 1. Combo Nation. Opponent with the GG. The book claims another victim. Well, no white, but we've got Hunt into Dispute to fix all of that. On the draw might be slow, though, but we've got a couple removal spells to help us stabilize. Mono red? Okay. Nice top deck. Very nice top deck. Let's go, buddy. You and me. Ghoul versus Goblin. CGB, that's not a ghoul, it's a zombie. Shut up. Best card in the deck. Probably need to make sure it dies. But when and how? Dubs! Sweet. Power word kill. 1 less, but they're missing land. And yeah, I am the type of person who gets excited when my opponent misses land. I am that guy. I think Deadly Dispute's the play to try to draw into the land naturally. We could hunt here, but I think giving up the treasure would just leave us behind eventually. Right now, the treasures are some of the best things we have going. 1 mana 1/1s. What a world we live in. Give it up. 1 life. No land. The book. Keep track of the number of times we just draw the book. Just rip it off the top, the 1 of. It's kind of absurd. Alright, so this becomes blocked, create a 1/1 goblin token. Let's do this now before they can pump squad. Smart player would just untap and pump squad there. Owie. The 1/1s. Good lord, the 1/1s. Okay. Let's hunt. Let's go hunting. Pest summoning seems like a good one against the current flock of 1/1s. Although blocking these, they do kind of replace themselves. It's not particularly great. Send out an eye twitch. Let's keep learning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'd only need to draw 1 more land to be in book range if we take the damage and play the Deadly Disputes next turn. Okay. That sounds pretty good. Takes 9 mana. I mean, we've got 1/1s versus 1/1s in this battle. If you like the tiniest, most insignificant of creatures, have I got a game for you. Are we getting salty roped? You didn't draw a third land and it was sad. Maybe. Found it. Found the line. I'll take it. Blood on the snow. Let's start here. Play this. Try to draw land. Did find one. We want it on white because of the book. We can play this and still Deadly Dispute, right? Right. But we don't have to Deadly Dispute. We've got the mana. We've got the mana. The Bane of the 1/1. The 1/4. Oh, they hold up mana. Darn it. Okay, we gotta lean on them until they take the shields down a little. This'll help. That'll lean on you. That's a lot of power and toughness. They're like, hey, I need to draw a land so I can play my Goblin Lord. I'm like, if you drew a land there and tapped out, you were dead. You just don't know it. Charger. Yeah, we don't go for it because they might just have like Dragonfire randomly. 2 mana, deal 3 damage to something. My god, the 1/1s. The 1/1s. Got him. We'll chill. It's cool. I'll start attacking them next turn. Don't worry, guys. I want to see if they want to keep playing this game or not. They do. What a goblin gamer. What a bizarre goblin gamer indeed. I mean, I just want a Blood on the Snow now. And sweep up these 1/1s. You know, I like a nice clean board state. So, we're just going to wait. Draw a card off some of these. Nothing. I mean, are they really going to wait for me to kill them? Maybe. Keep it coming. This is fine. Everything's fine.
But my will cannot be denied.
We can't stop this from dying because of the Fireblade Charger, but we don't want to stop it from dying. We just want to get it back with Blood on the Snow. And then we spam spiders until they die. It's fun. It's everything you want. And with no fear of death. It's beautiful. I'm sure it's what Richard Garfield intended. Oh, Mono Red. I don't get to play you nearly as much as I used to, but it's so much fun when I do. Alright. They got their Gobbo Lordo. A true champion. So these chargers are annoying because they'll kill the Lolth that I get back. So I guess I should exile this now. Kaya. All right. We'll let the goblins keep raging on me. It's fun. We're all here for a good time. Come on, you little buggers. Come and get it. We got a hasty 3/3. Would you like to all-out attack Kaya? Do you thirst for blood and vengeance? Or are you going to No. Okay. Well, the goblins are going to die as they lived. In the red zone. You are at 7. Has it ever occurred to you that your life total could go to 0? Bye, Kaya. Thanks for coming. Not giving me the satisfaction. That's fine. I got all the satisfaction I need. Gassed, spec, verse. We'll be doing a lot of nothing for a while, and that's just the way I like it. This is mono white. They play mono white. They don't play mono white. Who starts with a Battlefield Raptor? Who plays Ascendant Spirit with Shambling Ghast on the battlefield? Who guided voices the Battlefield Raptor? What is this? Oh man, do I need a way to sacrifice this and kill this? But I didn't draw it. I guess it's a little ways away in the merchant. We can hunt for the specimens. But maybe we just need to start versing. Let's see what the opponent does. Okay. Ooh. Well. If they pump the Ascendant Spirit, I guess that uses their mana and then we take out the Spirit. So let's take out the Raptor. We're going to have to deal with it someday. Paladin class, huh? I will has treasure. Do we have to get rid of Paladin class? Or do we have to shut down Ascendant Spirit? That thing can beat you down, but it does take like their whole turn to activate. Let's get Merchant on here. If they want to get through, they're going to have to activate it. And we can try to save our treasures. But if we don't act now, we can't act at all because of Paladin class. Let's let them activate the Spirit and then exile it. That way we kind of time walk them a turn at the cost of 4 life of our own, which I'm okay with. Take down, okay. Little awkward. If we block, then they're more likely to pump, I guess. And then we lose our merchant. Yeah, I didn't think about blocking and potentially losing the merchant. This way they just kind of get 2 free damage. Not a fan of that. All right. They play a Clarion Spirit. We're gonna need some blood in the snow or something. Our deck's just not doing much. Doesn't help that we've drawn all land. I guess we'll get the fumes, but I kind of want to fetch black, but we don't really need more mana necessarily. It's awkward. All right, and then we play this. We can block, draw, or we can verse if we sack all of our treasures. I think they want to cast this pretty bad. Okay, they play land. If they resolve this here, they get to draw 3 because we have 4 more cards than them, so let's get this out of hand. It's the first spell. Let's take out the Clarion before it generates more value. Battlefield Raptor. Oh boy. Search for Glory. 5 mana. So next turn we can fetch book, play book, and then the next turn win. As long as we don't mess this up too badly. Okay, they level Paladin class. They have Monk on the board. They deal 2. Let's see if they play anything to deal with the book. Or a way to bounce the Haven like an unsummon. They've got something there. You see that stick? What is that? 1 blue mana. Maybe it's the hexproof card? So this will make an angel because we gained 3 life. And then next turn we threaten to win the game. You gonna play that spell to get your double spelling, or are you gonna hold it? They're holding it. They're holding back everything. This sounds like a trap. I do think that is a... I think our opponent has an unsummon. It would make sense for the deck. So let's just... If they're gonna chill, we're gonna chill. It gives me a turn to draw with the merchant, and then a cast blood on the snow. I mean, do I draw with the merchant here? They're not even activating this. They're holding up for something, and if they have a counter spell, I don't know what that would be. But let's give it a shot. I think it's worth trying. We gotta test them somehow, and I think Blood on the Snow is a good way to do it. First, can hit their Paladin class. Let's go after it. See if they respond. Class down. Deadly Dispute. Does this resolve? Still a lot of stick there, isn't there? Resolves. Make another treasure. Land. Spirit. Still the mystery card that holds priority with 1 blue mana. Okay, they've only got... Okay. Darn it. I was gonna say, you can get them to make this a 2/3 with the Shambling Ghast, but they can still leave the blue open. Cat and mouse, baby. Get them to tap some mana, see what we draw. See if they manually tap here, or if they use the blue, they leave the blue open. I think it was worth a shot. Didn't need the treasure that badly. Ooh, okay. It's a lot of land. Could attack for 4. They can't power this up again. Let's do it. Still think they're holding an unsummon. I still believe it. I believe it in my heart. right, they're going to start moving in. Here comes a 4/4. We're going to have to draw some cards, but they aren't going to draw a card from it yet. They just hit us for 4. It's 3 lands in a row. Now a deadly dispute. How many lands in a row will we find? Oh my lord. Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? The ghast. Okay. I think we sacrifice it to draw more cards because the opponent's going to start drawing cards from their Ascendant Spirit, and we have to find an answer. Yay, land. Go land. Interesting here with the ghast. Do they activate this? Nope, they deal 4. It takes 4 snow. It would tap them out of their blue. I mean, if they are bluffing, they have represented it so much for so long. -1, -1 right there. You got a second spell you want to play right now? Nope, dead. Draw a card. Another Haven. Another Haven. What is going on? What is going on? All right, we don't have a lot else to do with our mana. We can go for the book here, get unsummoned. Then the opponent doesn't get to activate this and turn it into a 6/6 that draws a card. But then we have one less Haven on the field. If we put this one down, we can't attack for lethal next turn. All right, we go for this. Here's the unsummon. Yeah, they had it. They actually, I think they drew it that turn based on how everything went. And then the whole time, they've just left it up. But, I mean, who would have known our draw could go this poorly? Still, by waiting till when we did it, we kept them from making this a 6/6 that draws cards. If they wanted to do that, they have to do it this turn cycle now. I mean, this is... wow. The deck came for us. No! At the last moment. Okay. Let's try this again. It's a race to the finish. We have to wait for the Ascended Spirit to pump. If we act too quickly, they could counter our Vanishing Verse. Alright, if they have a protection spell, they win here. Did we do it? 5-5. Did we survive the flood? Our opponent with 6 lands. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15! And we pull it off. The one of book. Every time. Every time. I don't know how it keeps happening. Never Winter Dryad on the play, so we can't power word kill it. Lucky you. Lucky you. Should be an interesting matchup here. See, I guess they could play a Cultivator and we'd want to kill it. But I can drop the book next turn and just threaten to draw Haven win if I do it like this. Yeah, there's the Cultivator. Turtle. So their hand is perfect right now on the play. Absolutely perfect. But all we need is to top deck a Haven. Let's go get a Kaya. They might have a divide by 0. I wonder if they'd bounce the book. They might also play Jwari, so let's play a land. This will trigger the book if they leave it on the battlefield. We could get the Haven, and then we're just comboing. Yeah, okay. No, we'll take it. Cyclone, Field Trip. Field Trip gets Containment Breach, if they've got it. They do. That takes out the book combo. So maybe we were a bit aggressive there. Not every version plays Field Trip. I'm okay with it. We still got a 3/3 out of the deal.
I will show you what a gift in exchange for.
It's always a tough matchup anyway. Yeah, straight to the summons. Gotta kill that thing. Kaya is down. See if we can draw a creature for Kaya to put a counter on. We could also get it on the Haven. Fetch. Search for Glory again. We can get Onyx. That's pretty good. There's no snow creature to fetch up for the Kaya counter, unfortunately. I do want to kill this. Divide by 0 is open, but if they had it, I think they would have played this game differently. Let's see if this resolves. Let's find out. Resolves. All right, play around Divide. Pressure their life total a little. Definitely got the most out of our mana this turn. All right, so Exhibition's pretty bad against them. Summoning doesn't do much. Sciences can help us hit land, but we might be past that point. We have a Lulth and we have a Kaya. Fumes is good against Coma. I guess that's one of our weaknesses right now. So we'll take Fumes. Main phase Divide. They must have just drawn it. And they get Sciences. Not bothering with Exhibition. And they get Red. Are they a Crackle with Power Ramp? How do we play against that? That's the kind of thing that just goes over the top and we lose. So we need to dial up the pressure. Kind of do wish I had Fetch Sciences here because missing land drops is really bad when you're trying to pressure. So we'll play Skullport Merchant. We'll play Lull. Try to make some spiders. Get some attacking going. We've been rejected. All right. Well, I officially don't understand my opponent anymore. Their card choices are crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, they've got Hall. I mean, we can guess they play Alrund's Epiphany, and the red mana is most likely for Magma Opus. They play Innkeeper. It's all very weird. Let's try it. I don't know if I'm pressuring nearly enough, but I just want to get their permanents removed, left, right, and center. She might die to an Allrun's Epiphany, but then at least we get our opponent to use it. Let's hold back because of the Hall. Can't have the opponent going face win. Battle? Jesus.
I guess I got in over my head.
They're so weird. I guess we can get Onyx here. How am I gonna stop this nonsense? Like, this is a huge chunk. Man, they have had it at every turn. So how do we get out of this? If they have another way to sweep away blockers, we're just dead, right? Close. So we have to hope they don't. We could get back the Kaya and exile the battle, but then defending it's really hard. And we're not destroying anything, but there might be nothing to destroy. Scry 3 is really good. Wow, am I doing this? Could have also fetched the Kaya with the Search for Glory, but I still think I might get Onyx. Okay, there's still one short of the double Hall, thank goodness. So what do these do? I really need a creature. This is some good chump blockers. This can get back Kaya again. Let's take the chump blockers. I think that the mascot exhibition is just too much investment. God, how do they always... They find it right after I do the blood thing. All right, no creature here. I think we go get... No, we really want blockers on the field to fight this. We can power up Haven and block a Hall of the Storm Giants. They're going to double Hall, though. Let's see, if we power up Haven and attack with it, we can still play this, but then I guess we'd rather do it on their turn and trade it. It's so tough. And then we're wasting our Kaya activation, but I guess that's fine. I do want the Pest Summoning, but I guess I also want to do this. Lolth? Lolth is probably better. Lolth makes blockers. Blockers are useful. And we go with this for this turn. Black, colorless black. We can't power this up, so we have to go black, black, colorless. And we go Pest Summoning. Submit 0, and we're ready to defend with this Haven. And they're living off the top. Of course, when they're living off the top, that's Allrun's Epiphany time. We actually, even though we're trying, we're fighting to stay alive, we have to figure out how to close. Which is... It's a tough to do both, man. It is really tough to do both. Yeah, I would say Spell Ramp. Like, I believe I played a deck like this, though. I never played, like, Reject. I think that Spell Ramp is so good against anything trying to be a control deck, because, like, my removal spells just aren't that good. My chump blockers aren't that good. Like, nothing... None of my cards are great. All of my cards are medium. Their cards like Magma Opus can just be insane. Battle of Frost and Fire can be insane. Allrun's Epiphany, we already know, is insane. Alright, power up. Didn't power up both. This will make a 1/1. We get back our Haven. Thank you, Kaya. Chariot. They're just all over the place, aren't they? Alright, so Lolth can make some more blockers. Haven can go in. Probably not, though. We really need to dodge another Battle of Frost and Fire, don't we? Do I get rid of Kaya and exile the Chariot? I don't think so. I can just block it with a Haven. I think we try to hang on to Kaya. Remember that Blood in the Snow I burned for nothing? Didn't know they had Chariot in their deck. Didn't know they were going to draw Cultivator into Chariot. Pretty silly in hindsight. Opponent checks their mana. Okay. Do we want to try to kill one of these? We can. Yeah, we do. We definitely want to kill these. These are a real problem. All right, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a little block here. I don't think having the flyer matters. Trigger, trigger, trigger. More spiders coming.
I do what I do.
Land go. So now we could power this up and put a counter on it and attack with it. I think we need to make more spiders. We have 2 spiders and a Haven to block with. It's not quite enough to protect the land. So we can't really attack with this spider.
I got you.
10. We're hanging. We're hanging, guys. We're doing our best. I feel like we're a good top deck from death, but we're doing our best. You have one less than last time. Because I killed your haul. All right, you're the same as last time. No attacks. Ooh, okay. Onyx? The greatest power. So if they power this up and block with it, let's see if we can trap them into that.
Ghosting feels weird, I know.
Eh? How about some menace attackers? Do we feel that confident? I feel like it's a trap. How about 1? Actually, if we attack with everything, it's potentially lethal and they have to block something, and then Lolth can make more spiders. If they have Epiphany, we probably die, but that's been a risk the whole time. I guess if they have to kill a spider, then we definitely get our Lolth to make more spiders, so we have blockers. Lethal attack. They can just chump the Haven. That's one move they can make. But then if we power up and block with Haven during their Epiphany turn and block their 7/7, we get 2 1/1s. So we can't play Onyx if they chump the Haven. I'm kind of hoping they power up the Hall and block the Haven with that. If they do that, we can slam, or try to slam. They have Divide by 0, oops. But we can try to slam Onyx and kill the other Hall. I said we had to find aggression. Our opponent blinked for a few turns. Maybe we found it. That doesn't work. We got the menace. Okay, there we go. Opponent's gonna take it to 2 and try to win. So we hold back Onyx.
Aren't I the generous one?
And we pitch the Lulth.
I return to the abyss. My will cannot be.
And we can power up the Haven as a good blocker that can help us survive an Epiphany turn. Here it comes. Can we make it? They power up the Hall. They power up the Chariot. Do we kill the Hall or do we chump the Hall? Do we kill the Chariot or not? God, the Chariot's such a problem too. I think we kill the Chariot. I think we kill the Chariot. It's so close. There's the spirits. It's gonna take a few more epiphanies to get through, opponent. Do you have them? Field trip. What does field trip get here? Exhibition? All we've got to do, if we have the mana, and I think we do, play Onyx, play Fumes, 2 damage. The spell, the Magecraft trigger, will win the game. They're looking at the graveyard. What are they looking for? What lesson uses the graveyard? Guess they're trying to figure out if exiling Kaya is good in the face of, like, Blood on the Snow. If there were another Kaya, maybe that would be enough to sway them. They grab Mascot Exhibition. They slam it. Not enough mana to power this up. If they had Divide by 0, would we have seen it? They main phase divided a Kaya before. I don't think they have it. Professor Onyx. Resolves. Get this spell on the stack, baby.
Page 17 or something.
2 life. The Fumes was lethal after all. Ray of Frost is the last card. What a bizarre deck. But we pulled it off. And we are back for the post-game wrap. And let's check the stats powered by untapped.gg. And there they are. So, 100% win rate. 4-0 for battles, except for the mono red deck that never drew a 3rd land. But hey, beating mono red, still content. Is the deck still tier 1? Well, I think that you saw all the games that we played revolved around Book of Exalted Deeds at some point, even though it's a 1 of in the deck and there are only 2 Search for Glories. It's a very small amount of cards to produce like an unbeatable combo. So I think it adds an element to this deck, kind of an I win element that lets it succeed against decks like Ramp, decks like Izzet, decks that take longer, because now they have to respect you. It used to be if they tap out, the worst thing you can do is like land a Kaya or land a Professor Onyx or cast a Blood in the Snow, and now the nastiest thing you can do is game-ending combo. So it totally changes the way that the deck works, and I think does move it to tier 1 if people were to play it more and work on it a bit more. So in my opinion, my baby, one of my favorite decks that I've produced for a format, Blood Money, along with the banned, unbanned, I guess they're just not going to bother unbanning or banning anymore. Who cares? The Book of Exalted Deeds thrown into this thing, I think, is a legitimate tier 1 deck in the format. I'm curious to see how the win rates shake out and how you guys do with the deck. What the heck am I talking about when I say the win rates? Well, if I haven't made a video yet, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about making a video doing this, but I actually have access through untapped.gg Premium to the win rates of these decks in the meta, and it's kind of amazing that I can look up like a deck that I made a few weeks ago and it'll have like thousands, and we're talking like in some cases 10,000 matches or more played, and you can see the win rates that the community got with the decks as opposed to just the ones I'm giving you here in the video. And I'm thinking about doing some content where I go back and I look at the win rates of the decks that I put out there for the community and how they change over time, and doing something like that. So that is really interesting content, because without fail I get a lot of comments that say, I crafted this deck and went 0-5, wow. And I also get rarer, but still a good amount of comments saying, I got all the way to Mythic with this deck. I went 19-3, and through Diamond or something. And I really appreciate all of it. Like, people always want to talk about their experiences, but it's kind of cool to see the mass effect on meta. So we might do some videos just devoted to the untapped.gg premium stats. And I'm curious to see what happens once Book of Exalted Deeds gets into the mix for this black-white deck. All right, we're going to leave it there. Tier 1? Yeah, I think so. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.